we're not even gonna beat around the bush. This game was terrible. It was terrible, and it was only terrible because the fact that Spain could not finish. They just couldn't finish. That's that. They had the possession, they had the passing, they had everything but finishing. What I saw today was signs of good things, and also signs that should warn us of this team that aren't good warnings. They are not good warnings at all. I've never been this frustrated in a while from a game. I cannot tell you how frustrating it was just to watch this match between Spain and Sweden. The first, 20 or so minutes, I was like, this game's gonna be easy. Spain's gonna dominate it and win. I was half right. Spain dominated. They didn't win because they don't know how to finish. Morata missed chances, and and I was joking, with my dad, because I was like, oh yeah, Morata, he's there. Oh, Spain's gonna lose now. Well, Spain didn't win, and it wasn't. You know what? I'll admit it. It was somewhat of Morata's fault. He missed an open shot. I don't know how he did that. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. If you guys, you know, you guys watch this game, you definitely know what this game was about. You definitely know exactly what happened. Spain dominated. Look at the total attempts. 17 to 4. 17 to 4. That's more than double. 5 on target to 0. 8 off target to 2. I mean, 6 corners to 1. 75 possession to 25 possession. At one point in the game, it was legitimately like 89 or 91 to 9%. It was a 100% dominant game from Spain. Not one goal. 0 goals in total. So what do I want to see from Spain? To actually finish. They need to take shots more, and when they do take shots, they need to actually finish. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this game should have been a cakewalk win. And you know what? They're playing Poland next. Yeah, sure, Poland did bad today against Slovakia, but I don't care. The way Spain played today, if they're going to get past the group stage by only tying, then they're low-key screwed. It's not even low-key, it's high-key. You could look at all the positives. Oh, Spain had all the possession and the great passes and all that stuff. The build-ups were there. Everything was there. You know what wasn't there? Finishing. I don't know what else to say, guys. I, I love to look at positives in games, and I haven't made a video on these games in a while, but trust me, I've been watching them. You know, you can look at the positives for each game. Even with the Poland game, yes, they did lose. Yes, they were tied. Yes, it wasn't their best game at all. It was really overall it was a bad game for Poland. But there were some positive. They were still in it with Slovakia, even though they had only 10 players. What's the positives with Spain? You're telling me that you have 75% possession, 89% passing accuracy, like 18 or 17 shots. You had many opportunities to score at least one. And don't get me wrong, the goalie was unbelievable for Sweden today. He did his part. He saved shots. He did amazing. But there were a couple opportunities from Spain, from Morata, that were wide open shots, and he just missed. He just missed. They were wide open. Keeper was nowhere to be found. And Morata sending him sky high or sending him wide. Why? How? Is there no other striker from Spain? Is there really nobody else? Is Diego Costa not available? I feel like he would have scored there. We see Morata do this time and time again. We saw him do this in Chelsea. We saw him do this in Atletico. Maybe he did it in Juve. Probably did. I don't know. I didn't watch it. But what I do know is that Morata has always been that guy who's had opportunities to score easy goals and fails miserably. Fails miserably. I mean, this game was beyond frustrating. I swear it was. I don't know what else to think. Going into that game now, the next game against Poland, I don't know anymore. Spain could be dominating it like this pie chart shows, but it doesn't matter. Because if Spain can't finish, what's the point of having possession? I'll give you a great example that just recently happened. Denmark-Finland. Denmark dominated that game possession-wise, right? Finland scored the only goal in that game. Had one chance and scored. Spain dominated this game and had 0 goals. And if they're going to play another team that has more of a chance to score, like Poland, because they have Lewandowski and whatnot, and Milik, then Spain honestly may not win if they can't finish. Because possession, to a degree, doesn't matter sometimes. It really doesn't. Dominating a game sometimes doesn't matter if the other team gets a chance. I mean, this is unacceptable. This right here, 17-4, and you still score 0. 5 on target to 0, and you still score 0. Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Where's the finishing game? I gotta give credit to Jordi Alba, who's trying his best to carry this team. He's making all the moves. He's making all the runs and the passes. He's getting these players the opportunity that they need. But what do? They fail. They can't score. They can't finish. Clinically, this game was horrible on the finishing side. Passing was beautiful. Possession was beautiful. Pressuring was beautiful. Finishing was a total flop. A total flop. I think no. I know. This was the first scoreless game of the tournament. This was the first one. And it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing to me that Spain had this much dominance and they couldn't score at least one. And for Sweden, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Sweden definitely deserved this tie because they played great defense. Their keeper was unbelievable, and if Spain can't make him pay, then Sweden made him pay. They almost scored a couple times. They really did. So, to me, I think this is embarrassing. I don't know how this game ended the way it did. It shouldn't have been 0-0. It should have been at least 1 or 2-0 Spain. Give credit to the keeper, but then there's chances where Morata should have scored and didn't. And it's just annoying. It's just frustrating. And now we just check out the group stages. By the way, today's the last day of match day 1, so I'll be doing my match day 2 predictions. But this shouldn't be like this. The group shouldn't be Slovakia in first, Sweden and Spain tied for second, and Poland in last. How Spain tied, I just don't understand. It's very upsetting to me. It's frustrating. And I know I'm a Mexico fan by heart, but for European tournaments and stuff like that, it's Spain for me. And this is unacceptable. This performance needs to be better. You can't tell me this is the best it gets. Because if this is the best it gets, they're not getting anywhere this year. And I watched the 2014 World Cup, and I thought that was the worst it could get. But at least that tournament, you knew they weren't getting far because at least they weren't playing good and still not finishing. These guys were playing amazing football, 90 minutes plus, and they still couldn't finish. I think that's more frustrating than playing a horrible game the whole time, knowing you're going to lose. Because you shouldn't be dominating 90 minutes of a game and still end up with a 0-0 tie. And I'm not taking credit from the keeper. I'm not taking credit from Sweden's defense. But there were chances that Spain had that they couldn't just finish. I mean, it's flabbergasting. It's unbelievable to me how Spain managed to do this. To tie this all up. To have this game end 0-0. It's just crazy to me. The man of the match to me is the goalie from Sweden. He just dominated this entire time. It's so embarrassing to me that Sweden or Spain allowed this to happen. It really was. I just don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's crazy. It's truly crazy. It's frustrating. It's embarrassing. I'm very mad. I'm upset. I mean, I know it's only the first game, but you cannot allow this to happen. You only get 3 games. There's only 2 more. Slovakia looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Slovakia looks pretty good. And if Spain's not able to score, it's not looking good right now. The positives, yes, they dominated. The negatives is they just can't finish. They can't finish, guys. Well, I don't know. I'll see you guys tomorrow or whenever I upload next. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And just remember, vamos